Okay, now we are getting into some fancy bows. This one is going to use 2 different types of ribbon in the same bow. Now they could be like these 2 are obviously different widths, or they could be the same widths, whatever, it does not matter. What you're going to do though is you're going to be working with 2 ribbon at the same time. So now you see the green is going to be my top ribbon. And all I'm going to do is the exact same thing, making any bow, but just making sure that your ribbon stay together, one on top of the other the whole time. And then when you fluff it out, just wait until you see this. It is so cool. So we're going to go ahead. Let me just clear this space a little more for you. I have all my stuff in the way. When I get bow making, I just have all my ribbon out and just have a great time. So this one's cool. This is going to be red and green for the holidays. And just let your ribbon fall. I like to work with on the roll. Sometimes I just drop it right on the floor there and then just work with it as I need it. So we're going to go ahead and just keep these together. Just a whole lot more to work with. So we want a nice long tail here. Just make sure that they stay together, and we're going to have our tail, make our first loop. Now, since this is double-sided, we do need to make a half turn, keep them together. So you have to be, woo, I just hit the camera too, look at this, I'm going crazy. This is such a fun bow, but it does take a little more patience because you have so much going on. Make sure that they are together. Pinch that center, hold all of these great ribbons together. I promise you it is worth it when you see how cool it is. But it just takes a little bit of patience because you're working with 2 different types of ribbon, and you want to make sure that you always have the ribbon where it should be. Now I do not suggest using really thick ribbon for this because you will have such a handful you won't even know what to do. I have seen some people use like a clothespin in the center there to pinch it together, but since you're playing with it so much, it's just easier to move your fingers along. Just have a really tight grasp on that center. Look at that. Just use your fingers and pinch it together. Bow making is so much fun because you can do all kinds of really neat things like this. Multiple colored bows, and I'm not going to do too many loops on this one because, oops. Half turn. Gotta remember my half turn. You know what? And you don't really have to remember it because you will know when you try to go make that loop and it looks completely wrong. You'll say, oh my goodness, I forgot to make my half turn. Because that is the wrong side of the ribbon. So you really can't mess up. Just gotta follow along with the instructions and you will do just fine. I'm going to take this and make a half turn. Look at, can you see how cool this is coming out already? I love it. I get so excited about bow making. It's so much fun for the holidays, really, to be able to decorate your house. You know, I just went out to the store and saw some of the prices they have on the bows. Oh my goodness, I just about fell over, you know, $70, $80 for a wreath with bows on it. And you are making them right now for much cheaper, so that is just awesome. Why spend money on things like that when you can make it for a lot cheaper? All you need is a little bit of time just to know what you're doing. You know, and then it has a personal touch too. People just love personal gifts like this around the holidays. How special is that? To be able to bring a personalized gift to somebody's house, I mean, it just stands out. Even if you're using these to decorate a gift that you're giving, it just makes it so nice. You know, we just love giving personalized gifts because it just makes it feel so special. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go for 5 or 6 on this one. So I want a really full bow. Make sure we do our turn. Oops. Okay, stay there. Turn it. I apologize, I keep hitting the camera. See, I get wild and crazy when I'm bow making. It's so much fun. Really doesn't take that long either. I mean, you could sit down and just make this. Make a whole bunch of these for a wreath or for your Christmas tree or to decorate your house, like to decorate a banister. It'd be really cool. Get some of that green garland and then put a bow every couple feet. This is just an awesome way to decorate your house. Now, you don't have to use red and green, of course. I mean, you could use both to decorate your house for any holiday, any time of year. Just get colors that match your decor, and you can keep them up for a lot longer. Let me just make sure I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we'll make this our last one. But again, keep going. I mean, there's nothing to say you can't make like 10 or 12 loops. You just have a lot in your hand, and you'll have a very full bow. But, you know, go for it. All right, we're done here. You know, I never leave these long enough. I do not really like very long tails, but go crazy. I mean, some people I know love tails about 3 times as long as I'm making them, so go for it. Here is my very handy floral wire. I'm going to get that middle and tie it really tight. This is so important. Get that tight and right in the center. You just spent so much time making it perfect. Make sure it stays perfect. This is the key right there. Okay. Just swing that over the back. Now is the fun part. First of all, I like to bring my tails down so I know which way is up. So all my tails are down at the bottom. Now just pull these apart and have fun. Or with this, it would be really cool. I mean, you could just keep them, the green, right on top like that. You don't have to pull them apart. I mean, it's totally up to you. I think it looks kind of cool if the green loops are right on top of it. Gosh, this is really neat. I'm gonna go ahead and leave those together, and then just make loops however you want. Bow making is so much fun because once you have these loops here, just go crazy. Do whatever you want. Fluff them up. I always say, you know, you could spend 30 seconds doing it, or you can spend like 30 minutes if you really want to make sure your bow looks perfect. Just do whatever makes you happy with fluffing your bows. There's so many different ways to do it. And you can fluff it one way and then, you know, have it up in your house for a couple days, and instead of making a new bow, just go ahead and fluff that same bow out a different way and gives it a new look, you know, freshens it up a little bit. The wire ribbon is really cool to use because it lasts, so I mean, it'll stay in place for you. Just go ahead and fluff those out however you like it. Now, if you want to, you know, you could pull these green, you can pull that green ribbon off. Just makes, look at this, such a cool bow. And this is just using 2 layers of ribbon. And of course, you can cut your tails however you like.